Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is for educational purpose only. This is the case of the Idaho 4. May the 4 victims rest in peace. Condolence to the families, and may the correct justice be served. Today I'd like to show you something interesting. At least I find it to be very interesting. As you can see, this picture is Jack D and Kaylee. This picture is Jack and Kaylee too. Like you can see, I wanted you all to pay attention to Jack D's hair. It's always blonde or red in color. Pay attention to this picture. It was taken on November 22nd, 2022 in Idaho. This was 9 days after the 4 victims were brutally deleted from this world. May they rest in peace. You can see Jack D with his dog Murphy that he shares with Kaylee, and pay attention to his hair color. I remember there was a lot of discussions on social media about why he colored his hair into black. I know people can change their looks, their hair color as they please, but we all know that when somebody makes changes right after homicides, deleting people, and you're a close partner or former partner of one of the victims, then you need to be checked. That was the reason there was so much rumors and speculations, and everyone's instincts was talking about Jack D and Jack S. From the very beginning, there was reasons for that. Now look at his hair color. It's black. He didn't color it a darker shade of brown, a darker shade of blonde, dirty blonde, different shades of blonde, different shades of red. He colored it black. What was he hiding? I find this to be very strange. Most of y'all who know about my channel know that I've always said that I personally believe that all 4 victims were the target. There were different motives, but they all were targets. I don't believe there was any collateral damage. Maybe one of them. And I don't believe it's all about rugs. These are college students. Social rugs was there. They could have been dealing with it, selling it, allegedly. But I don't think this was a big cartel thing, or this had much to do with Xana's mother or Maddie's stepmother or anything. That's my personal opinion only, guys. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I believe this is more closer home than we actually think. This is more to do with the frats. Crime of passion was the words that were used. I personally believe always look at the facts that we have, and if Brian ain't the person who unalived them, we have to find out what the motive is. There's nothing that links Brian to this, but there's more that links the frats. Let's not forget, there was a Sigma Chi Sigma Chi, Sigma Chi, whatever they call themselves. There was a party going on that night. The place was booming. The music was loud. Eric, the guy who drove Katie and Maddie home, said that himself. He said that when he drove the girls home, the street was very quiet. But he said there was loud music and partying coming from Sigma Chi. We saw the four figures running, or jogging, or walking fast. Where was Jack T? When Katie called him 7 times and Maddie called him 3 times. I know many people tell me that, yeah, but the Congalvis family cleared him. They're not the police. I think the police, personally, I believe they cleared many people too soon. Too soon. Steve agrees with me. He said that. And so did Chrissy. They both said that in separate interviews in the beginning. That many people were cleared too soon. Shaggy is trying to tell us he went home and slept. I'm entitled to my opinion, and I believe what WSU Kim said, that Jack D was trying to find an alibi that night, that he was playing PlayStation or something. It doesn't add up. Let's not forget, as a licensed mental health counselor, this has always been my passion, psychology, and that's what I studied, and that's the department I work in. And if I put on my counseling hat, I would have really been more interested in the 2 Jacks, Jack D, Jack S, Adam, and the people in the Grub truck when it comes to Kayla and Maddie. Even David Lodge. He was standing in the Grub truck, and as soon as Maddie, Kaylee, and Jack S came in, he told his 2 friends to turn around, and they turned their backs towards the cashier so that the girls couldn't see that David Lodge was there. He had on the yellow hoodie, if you'll remember. The plan was already in motion, guys, before the Grub truck. In counseling, we look at patterns like, I would have gone back a couple of months ago, a year ago, before 13th November 2022. What was going on? Who had enemies? Was someone selling rugs? Was it the surviving roommates? Was it one of the victims? God rest his soul. These are young college students. Could other people have got jealous of them? Selling and all, were they fighting over territories, over customers? Allegedly. Just questions. Where was Jack D? I always get a lot of resentment, anger, heat, hate when I mention Jack D. But why does Jack D get off the hook? If Brian Christopher Koberger did not delete these 4 young, beautiful souls, who did? Then we have to look further. Look at the frats. I personally believe that the parents being involved is a long stretch. I've heard many people talking about the Gongalves, Maddie's stepmom, Maddie's mom, Steve especially. And that really doesn't pique my interest, because I personally believe all 4 were the targets. Go back to my first clip and you see I've never changed my thoughts. Everything that was happening that night was right in front of us. We don't need to look any further. Well, actually, I don't need to look any further. Yes, the parents could be involved, but for me, I believe that is most unlikely. The FBI is involved. The FBI would have arrested them before they even got to take another breath, because this is a quadruples. The Federal Bureau of Investigation wouldn't have let this case go without them investigating it deeply. I don't believe the parents or the step-parents or the stepmother is involved. Steve wouldn't be running to the court. I know sometimes there are things he says that doesn't make sense, that you wonder, like the kill kit and such things. But yet again, let's not forget he's a grieving father. Yes, I'm sure they have their own way and their own thoughts, their own beliefs, the Gongalvises. Maybe they want to get that point across. Maybe they want to represent all the families if they could. I give them credit that they go to the court every time, as much as they can. But I personally don't believe that they have anything to do with the loss of their daughter, Maddie, Ethan, and Zana. I don't believe that. I think this is more to do with, it could be rugs, but with other people. And I believe it's rugs inside the college itself, the college campus. There is some sketchy business with the house, the previous owner, the president of Idaho Moscow University. A lot of shady things out there. The landlord of the house being a P-word, a registered S offender. Yes, there are many things that don't make sense. The targets could have been any of the victims. The motives could have been plenty. But don't forget, it was them who mentioned crime of passion. And it was Prosecutor William Thompson who said that he believes the house was the target, the resident was the target. What did they mean by it could have been attempted burglary? Was it a burglary gone wrong? What was in the house? Was there money? Was there rugs? Was there valuables? I believe this house was being watched by the police, by the bad guys, by the frats who have a clear view to the bedrooms. This house was being watched by one of the surviving roommates, most likely. I don't believe that this is to do with this stepmother and all that. Maddie's stepmother, the rug business. I personally believe this has to do with the frats. We all are entitled to opinions, but I believe the 4chan hit the nail. It hit the nail's head with the hammer. That was the right direction, I believe. The Davids, allegedly, the Jacks, Adam, every one of the Grub truck, number 9, number 8, all of them need to be questioned. Most of these police interviews was conducted over the phone. So how could they see if these people had scars or not? And the $1,000,000 question. What was Brian Koberger doing in that area? I know it doesn't mean it was necessary inside the house, but what was he doing around that area? Did he go back to Ruggs, allegedly? Was he called there to be set up by one of the surviving roommates? Was this an inside job? I've always asked that question for over a year. This has to do with the college students. I wonder what happened a week before, 2 weeks before, 5 weeks before. In counseling, we look at recent changes. Katie bought herself a new car. Katie moved to her parents' house a month before they got deleted. May they rest in peace. What was going on in Katie's life? Katie mentioned she had a stalker. Katie got most injuries. I believe Katie was the target, Maddie was the target, and the couple were targets. The couple had to do more with the Sigma Chi or Sigma Chi fraternity. The boys on Banfield, I don't believe was an innocent alcohol stop, whether they were sober or whether they were drunk. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. They were watching sketchy pictures. Saeed was watching them, exposed them 2 years ago. Although those pictures have gone viral, nothing has been done with that. And then I exposed the pictures of the Grub truck. I exposed the group yelling Xana's name. This was at 2 a.m., like the mother said. 2 a.m. is the hardest time for our family. All those went around the internet, but nothing was done about it. I wonder why. Now, I have another nugget for you. The first one is he changed his hair color. Pay attention to that. Now look at the second one, which is even more interesting. I've had this picture for a very long time, but I never paid attention to the truck he's driving. Now Jack D is driving a big black truck. Do you all remember where we saw a big black truck? Let's refresh our memory. Remember this picture. Look at the big black truck. You see Murphy, Kaylee, and Jack D's dog. You can see it's written, this was on the 22nd of November. This was from the local newspaper, I believe. Now let me show you something. Remember this truck well. Wow. This was on the 13th of November 2022, 3 a.m. and 47 seconds. This was at the Banfield stop. Look at the black truck that we all used to think that belonged to Dylan, DM, because she's standing with a black truck like this and a set of keys in her hand, if you'll remember. Doesn't this look like the black truck Jack D was just driving? Strange. Wow. Was Jack D involved? Pay attention to the black truck itself. Look at the height. It's quite tall, if that's the right word, yeah? And the truck, the black truck, Jack D's getting off is as tall as this truck with big wheels. This truck came from 1122 Kings Road. I'll show you all why. I've always showed you all this. Pay attention to the timing and look at that light up, the light behind. The timing is 2:55 and 38 seconds. That will be around 2:56. And when I showed you the truck passing Taylor Avenue, it was 4 minutes later. I'm talking about this light here. It kept on flashing the light up and down. It kept on going on and off in front of Kings Road. This is when it's coming down the hill. Here's the black truck that passes by Taylor Avenue when I zoom in. Look at the size of the truck. Now, my dear subscribers and viewers, look at this black truck. The other one is blurry because it's at night, but if you go back to Law and Crime, to the Banfield video, you see the black truck passing by. That's exactly at 3 a.m. and 40 seconds, I believe. Now pay attention to Jack D, who's changed his hair color. He has Murphy with him and he has the black truck. So you have two big nuggets there. He changed his hair color. This is on the 22nd of November 2023, 9 days later. Why would he need to change his color? Hair color. He's a person who has red hair color. I've seen him with blonde hair, but never with black hair. Aren't you supposed to be grieving? As a counselor, I don't even understand how he found time to be changing his hair color. Why black? Does he have some kind of culture or some kind of sacrifice that he has to have black hair when Kaylee was unalived, deleted? Is that what he's trying to say? Is that a fashion? But why would he be following fashion when 4 of your closest friends have been brutally deleted? Why did he color his hair? And is this the same black truck? Let me know in the comments section what you'll think of these 2 points. The black truck, is it the same black truck we saw in Taylor Avenue on the Banfield body cam at 3 a.m. passing by Taylor Avenue? And why did Jack D change his hair color to black 9 days after his 4 friends and his former girlfriend, may she rest in peace, was deleted in such a horrific manner? Why didn't he answer his phone that night? Did he call himself? What was he up to? Where was Jack D? What did Kaylee tell Adam, Jack D? When you zoom in, you can see Jack D with Kaylee and Maddie smiling. The shoes are his shoes. The cap is a cap he usually wears. He was smiling and talking to Maddie and Kaylee. What happened that night? They called him 10 times together. 3 times from Maddie's phone and 6 times from Kaylee's phone. And then we heard from the body cam, stop it, stop. Was it coming from the girls' room or from Xana's room? It sounded like it was coming from inside a house. Or was it coming from outside the house, in front of the house, the alleyway near Taylor Avenue? Where was Jack D? I don't care if the Congalvis are defending him. Something's not right. Look at the cars parked in front of Jack D's house. His white pickup truck looked like the one that was driving by Xana when she was talking outside the house in her previous clips when she was talking about that she works with the Vandit solution. That white truck looks like the white truck that passed by Kaylee, Maddie and Jack S when they were walking to the Grub truck. Here's another black truck there. I've seen a black truck that was burnt, that was set on fire a couple of weeks after the unalivings. I'm sure many of you all have seen that. You have a white Hyundai Elantra downstairs and he's standing on the roof. That just shows he finds it very comfortable. He's very confident climbing up the rooms. He's a young man. Let's not forget Jack D is a tennis player. He has a strong arm. Jack S, John Rogers Showalter Jr. is a championship wrestler. And he's a hunter. He's skilled with knives. They all were at the Grub truck together. I mean, the corner club. Quite strange. They all know each other. Could they all have pre-planned this? Why didn't Jack D answer? Was he in the house calling the girls from his phone or calling himself from the girls' phones? Was he trying to get an alibi? What was his real alibi? Did he have any scars in his hand? This white truck was seen in front of 1122 Kings Road that night. That was the information that was going on in the beginning on social media. Doesn't it look like Jack D's car? There's two white pickup trucks here. Pay attention, this is the same truck. On the left-hand side, which was seen in front of 1122 Kings Road. And on the right-hand side, where you see the truck in full, that was when Jack Showalter, Maddie and Katie were walking to the corner, to the Grub truck from the corner club. So to the left side, that's in front of 1122 Kings Road. Who owned that white truck? So did the white truck come from the corner club to the girls' house and unalive them, delete them? Maddie, what did you tell Adam? I told Adam everything. We're going to get you for that, Maddie. We are going to get you for that, Maddie. That was the threat John Roger Showalter passed to Maddie and Katie. We're going to get you for that, Maddie. That's the reason I say whatever happened in the university, other university, college students, kids who did it. These frats, sororities are dealing with substances, no boundaries, breaking rules. There's a lot of revenge, a lot of hate, jealousy going on, in my opinion. From the very beginning, Steve and his son and his daughters, younger daughters, looked like they were against Jack D. Later on in the case, they started defending him. But when they said people were cleared out too soon, Jack D was one of them. Just in case y'all did not know that, Jack D was the last person to be cleared, allegedly. I wonder what took so long for him to be cleared. Did he run away? Was he hard to get? Just like his alibi made no sense. His alibi made zero sense. He's trying to tell us he fell asleep within 45 minutes. He went from the Grub truck to his house. Look at the anger, bitterness, inside. See his eyes. Look at his eyes. He ain't having it with Jack D. And look at Jack D. He looks like, what are you going to do? I have your missus with me right now. You can't be mad. This is just my opinion. Looks tell a lot. Actions speak louder than words. Christy is trying to diffuse the situation and the tension in the air, but it ain't helping much. I've never trusted Jack D, Jack S, Adam, the Davids, Jovito, and the surviving roommates, and Hunter Johnson. That is just my opinion. I'm not saying they physically deleted these 4 students, but they know more than they say. That's what I believe. But it's the students that did it, in my opinion. 4chan makes sense. It was the 4chan, they would say the Sigma Chi, according to Anonymous, and the 2 Jacks, Adam, and the Grub Talk people came from Maddie and Katie. That was always my opinion. Brian doesn't have a motive. Unless he was the stalker who was stalking Katie. I like to be frank with my opinion. Because we don't know if Brian is innocent or guilty. But I don't believe that he's completely innocent. Brian has some explanation to do. Unless he was buying rugs from that area. This is a man who allegedly spent 5 years of his life on heroin. I'm sure he went to something milder. We deal with people who are under addiction, and not everyone does a cold turkey and sops all the poison they're putting into their body. Some people go from Class A to Class B or Class A, but milder Class A. Doesn't make sense what Brian was doing there that night. But let me come back to Jack D. When somebody was yelling, "Stop it, stop," I wonder if Jack D was in the house. That's just my opinion. I wonder if he was calling the girls' phones, from the girls' phones to his phone to get an alibi. Or I wonder if it was John Roger Showalter. I don't trust him either. I won't be surprised if it was John Showalter and the Davids. Just wonder where Jack D was that night. And I won't be surprised if he was involved. The reason I say John Roger Showalter allegedly is because he said, "We are going to get you for that, Maddie. We're going to get you for that, Maddie." And Maddie was gone within 2 hours. So was Kaylee, so was Zana, so was Eaton. John Roger Showalter is a profession, skilled hunter. And he has a junior champion in wrestling, I believe. He's been kicked out of the fraternity for harassing women. He was harassing Kaylee and Maddie that night allegedly, and he was thrown out. I wonder if he was waiting outside and he walked down with them, and he managed to threaten Maddie on her way down to the grub truck. He said, "We're going to get you for that, Maddie." That is the reason Kaylee said, "Maddie, what did you tell Adam?" And Kaylee said, "I told Adam everything." That's what Maddie said. I wonder what she told Adam. Were the uppers that Jack D and Adam informed that these girls are talking? We need to keep them quiet as soon as possible? Something doesn't make sense. But the whole of Idaho, Moscow, the college knew what was going on. Ruggs is involved, but I believe Ruggs that is local inside the college. Let me know what you'll think. I wonder if this was the entrance, the window, because the forensic team keep on brushing it for fingerprints. And let's not forget, Chief Fry said that the entrance point could have been the sliding door or the back windows. So could have been this window, although it looks too small. A skinny person could have gotten easily. This was from the police body cam on Taylor Avenue, 2:55 and 16 seconds. You hear a female yelling, "Stop it, stop." Pay attention, 2:52 was the last call Maddie and Kaylee allegedly made to Jack D. This was 2.5 minutes later. You hear a female yelling, "Stop it, stop." That can't be a coincidence. I don't believe that.
Okay, now this one, I'm going to play it again. Listen. And there is one. Karen, what do you think?
This came up on the police officer on the Banfield alcohol stop. His body cams. Stop it, stop. This is 2 minutes or 3 minutes after the girls made their last call to Jack D. What was Jack D doing? Was he sleepy? Now put this like a piece of puzzle. John Roger Schwarter said, "We're going to get you for that, Maddie." And 2:55, 2 minutes after the last call to Jack D, we hear a female yelling, "Stop it, stop." And we have Saeed and the 3 other young gentlemen on Banfield. I believe they came from deleting Zana and Eaton. That's my opinion. I've showed you all this before. This was on Jack D's TikTok. The first day after the 4 victims were deleted, when he paid attention to people who were questioning him and putting in comments, he deleted it. Look at how sore his knees are, and I'll show you his fingers properly. Look at his nails. What was he doing with his fingers? He took out this picture and he took down his whole TikTok 2 days after the unalivings because people started attacking him. I remember taking a lot of pictures out of it because I knew he was going to shut it down. I've never trusted Jack D, and that's my opinion. I know it's blurry. This is when I zoom in. You can zoom in yourself and check. This picture is Jack D too. The more I zoom in to his face, it looks like his face is swollen. Look at his nose, look at his eyes, look at his lips. And you can see this is a clear picture from the mainstream news channel. Look at his fingers. It looks like it has a band-aid on it. I don't know what's going on with Jack D, but he needs to be checked properly. There was a lot of rumors and speculations going on and coming from the college, Idaho, Moscow, that people were saying that the police knew it was Jack D who did it. Those are the rumors in the beginning. Pay attention to his hands. I'll zoom in closer. I don't know if that's a plaster. I don't know what's up with his hands. I'm just trying to show you what I see. You can zoom in yourself. It's a clear picture. So don't even try saying I edited it or anything, guys. Look at his eye. Look at his eye. This is Jack D's eye. Now y'all tell me. What do y'all think? And look at his lips. Where was he that night? I do believe WSU came and the people in Idaho, Moscow. Why did he change his hair color to black? I really wonder why. Why would he change a hair color 9 days after your girlfriend of 5 years was brutally deleted? And Maddie was his friend too, I'm sure. And he was friends with Xana. And he knew E. Why does his pant look so dirty? He looks so rough. Did he injure his hand? His nose and his eye looks really terrible. All I'm doing is zooming in. Let me know what y'all think about him changing his hair color. So he changed his hair color. What a change. It is him. You can see his face features, his long nose. He colored his hair black, definitely. And this is the black truck. Does look like the black truck Dylan was driving. He could have borrowed it from anyone. Let me know in the comment channel what you think, guys, about his hair, about this black truck, and about the injuries on his face. Have a lovely evening.